we're Ron and Sandy. We're the Back Road Wanderers off on another adventure. This time we're going back to Viking Lake. This time we're going camping and kayaking. We're going with our friends Mike and Liz. They're in their Freedom Elite and they're carrying our kayaks on the kayak trailer behind them. And we're going to meet up with our friends Mark and Michelle. Of course, par for the course. If we're camping, it's raining. Here we go. Hello, Liz.
Mike wants to know if your friends have a Class A.
Yes, they do. They just go by. And here we are all set up at Viking Lake State Park. There's Belle and Beast, and we brought along the kayaks. We're set up in site number 74. Site number 74 is pretty level. We hardly had to level at all, which was really a plus. And it's sort of right on the water. Here you can get a good view of exactly where we're camped, right next to this little inlet of water. And the inlet of water goes this direction and ends up in the lake. You can hear the bullfrogs croaking and the birds singing this morning. And it's supposed to be a really nice day once the clouds get out of the way. This is Mark and Michelle's rig, Serendipity. We call it the big house. It's got plenty of room for everybody to congregate. And up that way, you can just see where Mike and Liz are camped. We are ready to do a little bit of adventure. It's Saturday morning, pretty early, about 7:30, and the camp is just starting to wake up. This is a camp that seems really popular with families. Lots and lots of kids, lots of dogs, lots of bikes. And as you can see, there are a few spots still open. Possibly because we did have a tornado watch last night. We didn't end up with a lot of rain. I don't think it rained at all, but we did have some lightning in the distance. We saw such a strong presence of the DNR people, the rangers that operate the park. They drove around quite a bit last night. And at one point after it got dark, they drove around announcing that it was now time for the bicycles, the skateboards, and the scooters to be put away for the evening. A lot of times you go to a park like this and the kids are crazy, riding their bicycles and running all around. It's really nice and quiet last night around the camp. This is the start of the nature trail that we're going to do later. It's called the Whitetail Nature Trail, and it goes all the way around the lake. So there are some electric sites down here in this area of the campground. If you don't care that you're right on the lake, it looks like this would be a really quiet place to come. Doesn't look like the sites are all as level as they are down by the lake. So this section of the campground is designated for tents only. And as you can see, there are a fair number of tents. Oh, I miss my tent camping days. But you know, as you get older, it gets harder and harder to sleep on the ground and wake up able to move. And I love all of the new kinds of tents that they have. They have platform tents. They have a little tent over here. It has its own little cot. Looks like it's just attached to the cot, so therefore you don't have to sleep on the ground. I think it would be really quiet down on this end. It's one of the things I liked best about camping in a tent. You really could go just about anywhere. Look how isolated you could be down here. And still quite comfortable because you're not that far away from a bathhouse. Look at these big sites here. And here way down at the end of the primitive camp loop, there's an organized youth group site that you can reserve, which would be great for Boy Scouts a large family or something like that. So we're going to head back to the campground where the RV park is and check out some breakfast. It's the busy end of the campground. So you can see there are a few empty sites still. These are the first come first serve sites. A lot of people, if you're coming from a far distance, are going to want to make sure you reserve a site. We always reserve a site because we don't want to drive an hour, hour and a half from our house and then not have a place to camp. But I could see if you were a local person, you could just kind of come out here and see if there was a site open. So we're getting ready to launch the kayak. So today Mike is going to go with us and we're going to put him in Chiquita. I'm taking Carmencita, the red one. That one's Nemo. And poor little Dory is going to stay on the trailer. So we're going to check out the kayak launch. Here's a little kayak launch. Pretty cool. This is Mike's first time in a kayak, so that's pretty exciting.
Get in. Brace.
Okay.
Brace. And then hands on the side.
Okay.
Here, like you're losing yourself into the easy chair.
All right, there's success. Now we got to try to do this in the water. So we've never been someplace where there was a kayak launcher before. Makes it so much easier to get in and out of the kayak. We put it in from the back.
Oh, you put it from the back?
Uh-huh. I just kind of laid it in there and scooted it in. I think you want to center the cockpit. There you go. So put your paddle across here.
Right.
That was Michelle's idea.
Well, it looks like it's built for that.
I know, I didn't think of that. Just bob with the boat. There you go. Good job. So if you want to get used to it, just kind of wiggle your hips a little bit and you can kind of see where your balance kind of lies. And here Ron's getting ready to launch. 3, 2, 1, launch. I don't know if we can go backwards into the launch to get out. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Super calm day. Might get a little storms tonight. It's been cloudy and overcast, but the lake is like a mirror. No wind, no breeze. It's beautiful out here on the water. So we spent a couple hours here on the lake kayaking from the camping area down to the dam. Now we're headed back. Here on the right is a picnic area, and we're going to come around this point, this rocky point, and we're going to get back to the camping area. There's Michelle, has been waiting for us. What a good person. I'm going to try the kayak launcher. Whoa. 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 Okay, here's Mike. He's going to get a running start at the kayak launcher to de-launch. Very graceful, just like a gazelle. All right, I'm going to put these things on if it's supposed to rain.
Okay.
Michelle, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll come and see you when you're done, when we're done.
I wonder if it was better to go out backward or forward.
All right, are you still on? Oh no.